in first period, so don't be naughty. Okay, so here's what. This is the truth. About 300 years ago, math was cruising along. They were doing math, and they got to this point where they couldn't go any farther. And it was like, hey, we have negatives in a square root. And it turns out, remember what square roots say? Square roots say this. They say, what two numbers put together make another number? So, for example, watch what's going to happen here. If I want to know what two numbers make 25, it would be 5 times 5, right? But if I have two numbers that make 25, what if I go negative 5 times negative 5? Look, it's still positive 25. It turns out there's no way to get negative 25 ever. It doesn't exist. There are not two matching numbers that make negative 25. So about 300 years ago, they stopped. And they said, that's all there is to it. And then someone said, well, what if we pretended that there was a way we could keep doing it? Well, it turns out they did that, and they made this new pretend way to keep going, and it worked so well that we use this idea now all over the place. Every one of you has a cell phone because what I'm about to teach you. The math on cell phones is crazy hard. If you think about it, your cell phone takes, I don't know, like transmissions from all over. Why don't I pick up yours and you don't pick up mine? Because you're putting your phone away now, right? And here's why. Because of this crazy encryption. And the encryption uses this crazy math that shouldn't work. So here's what we're doing. We're going to say, hey, normally this should be done. But we're going to teach you a cheating way to keep going. Are you ready? So here we go. This is the crazy thing that happens. Let me erase this. What we said, what they said about 300 years ago, is this negative is what messes us up. So what we're going to do is we're going to split this guy into two problems. We're going to split him into this and this. Well, you're not really supposed to do that. But they said, well, what if we could? What if we could just separate them out? And it's like, well, okay, that I know how to do that, right? That's 5, right? That's just 5. And they said, but that's phony. That doesn't work. And they said, you're right. So we're going to give it a new name. We're going to say, you know what? We know it's dumb, and we know it doesn't work. We know it's kind of pretend. So we're going to change this guy into a brand new thing, and we're going to call him I. And I stands for imaginary. Here's how I want you to think about it, because you know there's always a Mrs. Tarantino way to think about it. I want you to imagine that in prison, because prison is a scary place, there are ghosts all over, right? And ghosts can float out of the prison. So whenever you see a negative number, I want you to think, oh wait, it's just a little, look at him, it's just a little I ghost. And he's going to float right out of prison. So here's what we do from here on out. This sounds crazy, but watch how easy it is. We're going to do this problem. And what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to say is, oh my God, there are ghosts in prison. Anytime we see a negative in the square root from now on, right away we have to acknowledge, you know what? You're not really supposed to be able to do this. And we're going to pull that ghost, we're going to let it float out of the prison. And here's how it floats out. Are you guys ready? We just put an I right here, and this guy goes away. It just goes, a good question. We put it in the front, because if we put it in the back, depends on you put your computer away. If you put it in the back, it looks like it's supposed to be underneath, and it's not. It's a ghost that has floated out of the prison. And then we just go like normal. So now we're going to do this. Factors of 45 are 9 and 5. We're going to do this. 3 and 3. We're going to circle it. So watch what happens. The 3 comes out. He's standing next to a ghost. He doesn't even know it. But, you know, you guys are all standing next to ghosts. I can see it. So here's our answer, 3i root 5. So for my friend Marina, who likes to check, anytime you have an I on the outside, if you wanted to go backwards, it becomes a negative on the inside.
Okay. Does it make any difference if you say like the negative's out too?
It's on a negative. No, because that's what's important. Negatives and I's are different. Negative, an I is just a negative that lives inside there.
Okay.
He's just a. So a lot of kids will say, oh, if there's a negative, do they cancel? Nope. He floats out like an I, and he's his own thing.
Okay.
Good question. Great question. Okay, you guys ready? Let's do about 3 of these, and then I'm going to shut up, and you can work on your homework. Are you guys ready? They're super easy. Oh, I don't like that one. That's too big. Let me make this one easier. I don't like this problem. How about this? Let's do instead. I don't like that. If you, we already did that. How about negative? Ooh, I like this. Much nicer. Negative 50. Negative. I want to start this. Negative 50. First thing you should do. Suck out the eye. That just sounds so awful.
Just suck the eye.
Suck out. Let's say suck the eye. Suck out the eye. Put it right up front. He's a little ghost. He just floats out front and becomes a little ghost in your problem, right? Because really what you're telling everyone is, hey, I know we're not really supposed to be able to do this, but let's pretend we can. Yes.
So it's like, why is it interesting?
Because normally we would stop and say,
That one.
yes, because there isn't numbers that make the negative, right?
Yeah.
But it turns out, it's crazy.
negative.
When we get better at math,
The negative
these
flows
eyes are
out.
going to start to cancel each other, and the math starts working again. So it's almost like we say, okay, so I have this understanding that bees are not actually aerodynamic, like we built the bees that they can't actually fly. So imagine we say, okay, let's pretend they can fly, and then we get money, right? So it's almost like we're saying, and then it's like, you only have to do it if there's a negative in the third. Only time. Okay. Wow. That's awesome. The answer on this one, if you got 5i root 2, you are on fire. Do me a couple favors. One is, once it comes floating out, it loses the negative. So don't make it like the negative I. Don't do any of that stuff. It's a ghost. It just floats out. The second thing is, don't put it in the back, because then it will look like you meant to put it inside the jail, right? So we put it in the front. And don't put it in front. You know what? We're kind of judgy. If you're a ghost, step back the line, ghost. People first, ghost second. That seems fair. Okay. Give this one a try. Give this one a try. So in real life, if your house is haunted, you're hooking up with someone in your house, ghosts are watching. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Oh my God, I'm gonna get quiet. So gonna get quiet. Well, just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh dear Lord in heaven. I said if you're hooking up in your house, ghosts are watching.
Oh.
What?
If your house is haunted, right? If your house is haunted, those ghosts see everything. Hey, they're in the bathroom.
Sure.
Well, I mean the ghosts. They would be everywhere. Keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind.
They're getting around that show. Wait,
I know. Try this one. Do this bubble. Do it. I need to do it. So the numbers are going to come together. The I just hangs out for the ride, right? He's just some creepy, ghosty stalker. And that's okay. You don't judge. Right away, man. I just pull that guy right out, and then it's a really easy problem, right? But here's what: it's not really an X or anything. He's just an imaginary. He's just that dude right there. I got 3 and 3. I got 2 and 5. Looks like the 3s come out. Ugh. The 3 hooks up with the other 3, so it's going to be 9i, and the 2 and the 5 make 10. How do we do? Are we okay? We got one last one, and then I'm shutting up, and the last one is the hardest one. Woo! Can you do it? This is it. This is it. I'm done after this. And then you'll have time for some more class. This is what the game has. It's problems like this. So tomorrow you get to pick who you want to play the game with. You know, pick someone you can beat. Pick someone you can control.
Okay.
Or someone you can bully. Either one. You know what I mean? Maybe you can just bully them into giving you the secret. 120, man. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a hint on this one. The stuff inside the square roots will bother you. You're going to be like, that can't be right. And it is right. What's inside the square root will feel like that can't be right. And it is right. There's a lot of junk inside the square root. I know. But you feel like a lot of stuff should come out. That 30 is super unfulfilling. Yeah, like everyone wants to feel like that. That's something that's coming out. Yeah, it's really upsetting. Yes.
Oh, okay. And then this.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah. It is a super unfulfilling answer. If you got 30, doesn't it feel like the 30 would have more stuff? Like, it feels like 30 should have more stuff. Nice. That is beautiful. Wow, you know that. Sometimes that's an impressive answer. Like, if you have someone like, oh, yeah, was really unique. Like, I sort of feel like a second grader. You can make them cry. And they're like, hey, second grader, what do you have to do? And they're like, oh, I said, I don't like it.
What are you going to be for Halloween?
I'm recycling an old costume I think. Yes, it would be. Hey, did you get negative 44I root 30? Yeah. Is that 30 upsetting? Yeah, you feel like stuff should come out. But you got 3 and you got 2 and you got 5. Like all sorts of kids will do 30 over and over again. I try not to put that on the test because it's so upsetting. Hey, that's all we're doing for today. Tomorrow's quiz. Yeah.